Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be giving you a little bit updates on what's going on with the project. Luckily, Team Prime, we did get an extended month with this whole coronavirus thing and all that good stuff. But anyway, we're going to bring you in, check out these rims. So here's our brand new did rims, spokes and nipples we got mounted on our stock hubs. I didn't replace the bearings yet because we will be sandblasting and cleaning these hubs up. I do have either black, orange, maybe a possibility, and white cerakote, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I do know, however, I'm probably going to try to get these nipples in orange. Really set this bike off. But anyway, check out the rim. This was my first test at truing a rim. Oh, let me get the camera on. And as you can see, that's pretty straight, pretty on the money. Anyway, we're going to move on. I got this little pressure cooker oven here. I don't know how good this is going to work for the cerakote. I didn't realize it was a pressure cooker at the time. But I do have a stubborn bearing that I cannot get out. So I think we're going to pop this baby in the cooker. Hopefully let it heat up and maybe some heat will drop this bearing out for us. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and grab this sucker up here. Now, I did not realize how much grease was still going to hold in these bearings when I cleaned these up the other day. So I definitely made a mistake and messed that up. But either way, we're going to have to redo it. It's a learning process as we go. So this just barely fits in the cooker. We're going to jam this turkey in the oven here. Here we go. Welcome to the cooking channel. All right, today's video, we will be baking our turkey at about 275. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to try to pull out the second bearing that's up into this casing here. So this actually takes two bearings. I already got the one put away in here. All right, so we're gonna slide that up in there. Tighten and expand those orange. I should be tight enough to pull that out. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of heat. Now here we go. Boom. And there she is. So now that we have that bearing popped out, that's every bearing and seal on this casing of the motor. The only thing we're going to have to now do is just remove our gasket material, but I'll probably do that last just to keep that surface from being damaged. Because like I said, I probably will be sandblasting this again, definitely cleaning up some areas. But there it is, guys, on the way. We're getting there. All right, here we go, guys. It's the next day working on these cases. We did finally get that bearing out. And then last night with the Dremel, I did touch up some areas where the casing was just goofed up from the factory and some scratches on it, you know, from the chain over the time. So I cleaned up some of the areas with a little Dremel tool. I might hit it again with a little buffing wheel. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these cleaned up better. Hit them with one more quick coat and then get them prepped up to be painted. Take you real quick and show you guys my auction special cabinet. Auction special. I did replace the gloves in this cabinet. Honestly, the most expensive thing is probably the sand. The aluminum oxide is pretty expensive. Got this baby rigged up with my shop vac. Nice little stand. Anyway, I'm gonna bring you in and show you my little bucket here. Got a few more parts in the acetone. Now these ones I'm gonna be going with the burnt bronze. So we got like our water pump cover and linkage also for the suspension. So that we're going to do in a burnt bronze. I got those soaking in acetone for a little bit, degreasing them. I have to take those out. I did notice these cheap rubber gloves that I had laying around are like too thin, or even if any rubber, maybe all rubber gloves dissolve in this acetone, but as soon as that shit hits that gloves, man, you gotta get them off your hands. All these yuppies, you know what I mean, going grocery shopping with gloves. I can't even buy any to work with chemicals even. A little wash tank is another little auction buy special. RM 85 project my dad working on. Schleimer BMW. Vogta. All right, guys, here we go. Check it out. A couple little chicken wings up in the toaster oven there, baby, baking away. Go ahead and crack this open and make sure I'll take a look. So check it out. We got some parts in there baking. That linkage arm, a couple little screws I want to try out, and also the cover for my rear brake caliper. So that's stuff that we're all going to be spraying here in the orange coming up. We'll see how it turns out and see if, you know, see if we're any good at it. You know what I mean? Got to learn somehow. All right, guys, so I just got done spraying some of that orange cerakote. Man, it's some stinky stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna come on in here real quick. Maybe try to hit you with the light, show you, take a quick sample peek. We sprayed out some of these things. We're gonna try a couple like bolt heads and see how hard it'll last. A couple spoke nipples as well we're gonna take a gamble on. Anyway, guys, we got to spray that. We're gonna throw it in the oven and see what it turns out, see how we did. All right, we got our parts in the oven. We're gonna go ahead and bake these and see what happens here. All right, it's been a couple hours in the old Wolfgang pucker. Let's go ahead and check out on our stuff here. Whoa, whoa, damn, Pop Smoke. What you got going on there, boy? Ooh. Looking pretty good so far. What's going on, guys? So it's the next day here. Gonna go ahead, show y'all some of this orange from the other day. So we got a couple of these parts out of the oven, looking pretty good. Really looks like pretty you know, bright orange on camera here. Seems like sometimes the more you stare at this, the less orange it looks, but for some reason, I don't know if a little bit more color comes out of it, like as it cures more or something. But they almost look a little bit more orange than they even did earlier. Maybe it's because a little less light out or something. But anyway, those are our orange parts. All right, guys, so here it is, my first batch of the burnt bronze. Couple parts in there we're going to try. Now, I did have a couple issues where like I touched them or they banged into each other after while the coat was still wet, like it is right now. It's wet. So we're going to go ahead, stick this in the oven here, a little toaster special. I'll be running this for the max I got here is 120, and they say to go to 250. All right, guys, so here we go. Get ready to start working on the subframe here. It's just a couple spots where I screwed around and put burnt, you know, burn marks, and I just screwed around. But anyway, we're getting ready to start working on this, start spraying down this subframe. Obviously, this is, well, maybe the subframe you could fit in the oven, but the frame itself I couldn't. So I've been wiping it down real good and kind of soaking it as best I can with acetone. And then, you know, instead of like an oven gas out, I just kind of went over it with the torch and, you know, brought any oils to the surface, kind of gassed it out that way. So hopefully that's going to be good enough. I mean, we sandblasted the thing, wiped it down, and gassed it out. If that ain't good enough, that's all I can do. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to get ready to spray some white. All right, guys, so I'm sitting here getting ready to shake up this cerakote. I want to go ahead and go in and show you what we had. Anyway, so this was our first batch of parts. As you can see here, originally we were just doing Tequila Sunrise, which was a lighter orange, a lot of like metallic in it. Anyway, it didn't really look good up next to the 90 CR orange that I liked. So we added a little bit of red to the color. This is what we came out with. So we're gonna go ahead, create the same recipe. We're gonna get ready to paint them hubs, see how it turns out. Just got done spraying down our orange, our little custom 90 CR orange. Gonna bake these in the oven for 2 hours at 300. So we just got done spraying down our hubs. We got all the nipples prepped, ready to go. See how this turns out. All right, so we just got done spraying down our nipples. We're gonna go ahead, throw these in the oven, pull our hubs out. Alright, so we got our cases out the oven, all done, cleaned up. A nice black cerakote on there. A couple more pieces we're gonna have to do some, press some bearings into. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, and make sure your notifications are on because we got a lot of things coming next with this build. All the boring, sandblasting stuff's out the way, and we're just going to start building up from here. So before we end this video, I want to go ahead and bring you in a little bit closer to really go over this frame and show you guys. Now, once again, anybody who, hasn't actually sprayed or painted something like this, this is probably one of the most difficult things to paint because you're dealing with small round tubing and tons of butted up jointed areas, tons of cracks, and just hard to reach places. And I think we really did a great job on getting just about every part of this frame is covered. I will even go ahead and point out one spot where I did mess up and didn't get a little bit of white under there. Other than that though, man, this thing is looking almost flawless. I did learn when I was spraying this, the air dry Cerakote, they say you can do 2 coats, but they don't really mean 2 coats as in let it dry and coat. It's really more along the lines of 2 passes. So there was a couple spots I thought I was gonna be able to spray the next day, but that was not the case. Once this stuff does harden, it will actually resist itself because it's all chemical resistant. And then it will take a full week for this to cure, and we're just about there. I think we're a day short. But anyway, guys, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sneak peek on what the next video is. So once I get this edited up, I'll have this one up next for you guys, a little sneak peek. I think you already know what's behind that curtain. Also a little something special on that box. There's a hint there. And I'm going to bring you on in to what I'm actually working on today. Is the top secret project here. Give you guys a little sample. Boom, we got something in already. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this motor. Going to have a wheel video up here soon. All right, guys. Well, we'll give you one more update. I'll bring you in and show you my dad's 85 project. Just about all buttoned up. Still needs a silencer.
85. Oh, cc.
Yeah, 85 cc. It's not a year 85, but that's what cc we running here. And so that one's just about done, ready to roll. He started to work on this. I believe it's a 2002 KX 125. The top piston was all seized up in the cylinder pretty bad. And I got other videos of this one. Maybe I'll post up later, but I just want to give you an update. Check out what that's looking like. So tons of stuff still to come to the channel, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.